Good afternoon. So I'm very excited to be here in beautiful Fort Collins. And I want to start my talk by paraphrasing something that General Shah said this morning. Talking specifically about DoD in lunar space. And that's that we're on the cusp right now of over the next 10 to 20 years, our relationship with space is going to go through a major evolution. And the way we think about space in 20 years is going to be very different than the way we think about it and implement it today. So I want to talk about this by describing a tale of two domains, maritime and space. We'll first consider maritime. So maritime started small. Small ships, close to shore, not a lot of strategic value from these capabilities. Then in the 1300s, 1400s, there was a major evolution in terms of propulsion, structures, timing, navigation, technologies that allowed us to transit over an entire ocean, to discover new lands, new resources. This growth drew us towards having economic channels, right? So being able to leverage the sea for great economic wealth and development. And at the time, this was a very different paradigm than centuries past. But this was really only the beginning. Because anywhere that there's economic wealth to be had, there's also ingenuity, innovation for new technology. We brought along new technologies, new kinds of propulsion, new materials, new structures, new navigation, new timing. And of course, that allowed the maritime domain to grow into the global economic powerhouse that it is today. But of course, weaved throughout here is the Department of Defense, the Navy. It's a symbiotic relationship that as the maritime domain grew, there was the Navy that was creating and pushing the technology to stay ahead of adversaries, while at the same time leveraging the commercial space and ultimately also defending that domain in order to keep those economic waterways open and free. In the space domain, we started off small. We started off small with not a great amount of strategic value to what we did in space. But that, of course, evolved because we got better propulsion, we got better navigation, we got better timing, we got better materials. All of those things allowed us to do exploration within our own Earth-Moon system, as well as out into our solar system with unmanned systems. So those advancements allow us to utilize space as an economic powerhouse. Every one of us in this room, and especially those that are not in the room, are utilizing space right now as part of that economic powerhouse. Now, I would posit that this is very similar to where we were in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, where this is really only the beginning. From here and working right now, there are people that are working on developing technologies to colonize the moon, developing technologies to colonize Mars, developing technologies to go out to asteroids and mine them and gather economic wealth from materials that are already in space. Now, of course, weaved within here is going to be the Department of Defense. Same thing as the maritime domain, pulling technology, setting difficult requirements to stay ahead, while at the same time leveraging to the greatest degree possible the commercial sector to make sure that we can leverage that economic power there. And so, as we look towards that, I'll kind of summarize my talk by saying we're really only at the beginning right now. And I'd like you all to voluntarily take on some homework assignment tonight. And at about 7:34 tonight, that big optical illusion that we call the sky will begin to fade. And you'll look up, I ask you to look up look up and behold the great black ocean above us. Look at that black ocean, behold it, and then dream. Dream, what should that be? What's not there right now that should be there? Then take that dream, wake up tomorrow, and help us make that dream a reality. Because it's innovators that are in this room, innovators that are not in this room, and innovators that are not here with us today that will make space what it needs to be tomorrow. So help us to take our space from where it is now to make it into this great adventure of the future. With that, I thank you for your time and hope you have a great rest of the conference. I will, after this, be out at the next break by the DARPA timeline. For folks that want to continue discussing this, I would love to meet you, love to talk further. Please stop by and say hi. Thank you.